Hello, I'm Peter Adams. I live up in the Blue Mountains. I've been a photographer since I was 7 years old when I was given a camera by my grandfather on Christmas Day, 1951. I'm currently working on a project called A Few of the Legends, which is a series of interviews with photographers. It started off as 40 people but ended up as 500. And I was always interested in why they were taking the photographs they did, what they were like as people, what it was like to be on a beach at Iwo Jima when the bombs were going off around you and they were crawling from foxhole to foxhole. Photography's always been a passion for me, and my mentor for many years was an American photographer called Arnold Newman. There have been some great moments and some disastrous moments. The great moments were meeting people like Christer Stromholms, who was a Swedish photographer and a philosopher. Arnold Newman, of course, Elliot Erwitt, all these photographers who I respect immensely. When I'm taking a photograph, most of these photographers give me an hour. Sometimes they give me more, but mostly it's an hour. And if I've got an hour, I'll devote 3/4 of that time to talking to them and a quarter of the time to photographing them. Because you can't really take a photograph of someone without knowing how they're going to react, what their quirkiness is. I mean, Arnold Newman says that it's impossible to photograph, to get the whole soul of a person in a single photograph, because the man probably doesn't even know who he is himself. And of course Karsch disagrees with him and says it's possible to get everything about a person in a single photograph, so they're knocking skulls. That's part of the charm of photography, I think. We are the sum total, if you like, of everything we've ever experienced. And as we get older, we change, and the way in which we see the world changes. And because we're all brought up in totally different ways, because we all have different experiences, different backgrounds, we all see differently. And that's what makes photography fascinating, and photographers in particular fascinating, because they're basically, everybody's different and none of them agree with each other. My answer has always been that it's not the camera, it's what you do with it. So about 1986, I wrote a quote which says, great photography has nothing to do with great cameras, in the same way that great novel has nothing to do with great typewriters.